I'll embrace it. I will embrace it even then. I'm going to be, you know, a champion of Chicago winter. Hello, you join me from Vladivostok in Russia, where everything's cold. All right, it's a joke. It's actually colder here than it is in Vladivostok. So obviously, if you've been watching the news reports, and a lot of them emanating from the city of Chicago, which is where I actually am, then it's colder here than anywhere else in the world right now, probably more or less. It's unfit for humans, and I know this because I went outside earlier today just to test the waters, as it were. Those waters quickly froze. A bit more on that here in just a moment. Okay, so I just wanted to purposely stand outside in this cold just to see how it is, and to do so without any kind of protective headgear or anything like that, just to see again how crazy it is out here. It's a bit icy, so I've got to be careful. Some nut has been throwing water around out here. That was me. I wanted to see if I could do that thing where you throw it and it turns into vapor. Didn't work because I didn't boil it first. Big mistake. But yeah, it's obviously very snowy out here, and my ears, I've been outside about 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and I'm already starting to feel that pain. You know, the pain you get when your ears really are freezing. Extraordinarily cold. Yesterday, that's Wednesday, for those of you who don't have a calendar, it got down to, I think it was minus 22 degrees here in Chicago, Fahrenheit, of course, and then with wind chill, you're talking somewhere about minus 50 to minus 55, and for those of you on the other side of the pond, that's around about minus 48 degrees Celsius. So it was absolutely astonishingly cold. We stayed indoors for those 2 days, for the first 2 days of the polar vortex, but I ventured out, like I said earlier today, and really was quite extraordinary. Literally took my breath away. Haven't recovered it yet. That's a joke. I'd be dead if I couldn't breathe. But I mean, if you do go out in that and you aren't prepared, you know, clothing wise, then you're dead. You will be in trouble. It'll be that cold out there. It really is. And I'm not even standing in the wind. So if the wind's coming at me, you're talking, you know, minus 50 or something like that. So that would be pretty horrendous. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it. I do have a hood, so I might put that up in a sec. Just thought I'd show off my new hair. Thankfully got it cut after all this time. Yeah, this is the coldest outdoor temperature I've ever experienced. It's statistically true. There's never been anything like this in England in my lifetime, for sure. Okay, so a few weeks ago, I was reading a book by Neil deGrasse Tyson in which he sort of talked about what would happen if the sun just disappeared overnight. And in those first 24 hours after the sun disappearing, the ground temperature, the surface temperature of the Earth, would plummet to a pretty healthy sounding 30-something degrees Fahrenheit. And it would take weeks and weeks and weeks with no sun, with the sun completely gone from existence. I mean, never mind what that would do to photosynthesis. We're not worrying about that now. It's just the temperature, right? The surface temperature. It would take weeks for it to reach what we've reached here in Chicago during the polar vortex. So essentially, we're living without sun. Although the irony is, it's been sunny here during these 3 days. You look out the window and you wouldn't know any better until you step outside. So I did a sort of comparison check on the weather yesterday between here and Antarctica. And this particular base in Antarctica, put out a temperature of 20-something degrees Fahrenheit. And then it sort of occurred to me that actually in Antarctica it's currently the summer. So that's a ridiculously cold summer that they're experiencing out there. And I didn't see too many penguins sunbathing, which would be quite a sight, wouldn't it? Roasting penguins, not roasting, it's 22. But no, if you're doing the mathematiques on that, that's a French word now apparently, you'll find that it was some 40-something degrees colder here in Chicago yesterday than it was in Antarctica, and I venture it has been throughout the entire polar vortex. But while I was looking that information up, I actually found out that, Chicago is kind of routinely colder than Antarctica during its winter days, during Chicago's winter days, if you're only comparing to the equivalent temperature that's currently happening in Antarctica, because like I said, it's summer over there right now. And so we have days occasionally where we're above Antarctica. That's actually not that unusual. It would be if it happened in the summer. That would be, then we should be frightened. So hold your horses for that one. I should say as well as not wearing the requisite headgear, I'm also wearing these shoes, shouldn't be out in those because, well, they're very thin and the cold air gets through quite easily. I'm also only wearing one pair of trousers, which, you know, is not advisable in sort of any period of the winter, usually in Chicago, and certainly not right now. So I wouldn't be caught dead walking the streets of Chicago like this. Actually, I might. I mean, literally, if I tried that, I'd die. My legs, after about maybe 2 hours, would certainly need amputating, or at the very least, a warm hug. So, can you see the breath there? It's very, very vapory out here. So, so that's that. Anyway, time to go and check on that water, I think. There we go. Listen to that, it's like an ASMR video. Yeah, it's not coming out. So I just wanted to update you with this report, and just to put your mind at ease, Tara did talk me out of swimming in Lake Michigan. I was contemplating it, because you need to do everything for those viral videos, you know, but she saw the good sense and I went with it. What did you say?
Now would you like some cookie milk?
I still want a hot water bottle.
I'll put whiskey in it.
You can't put whiskey in a hot water bottle, that's unhygienic. You mean in the cookie? Milk. Curdle. Thanks for watching. Keep warm.
Thank you for watching this episode of Lost in the Pond. Don't forget to hit my stupid little face to subscribe, and please share this video with the world. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and if you would like to support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/lostinthepond.